Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Funhouse. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the tie rod ends on this '08 Toyota Highlander. Should be a pretty similar practice for virtually any rack and pinion car that you would encounter today though, so if it's not the same make and model as your car, don't be discouraged. It's probably going to still be a helpful video. So let's get started. First things first, there's a tire in our way. If you were using a lug wrench to get this off, I would say crack all your lug nuts loose before you lift up the car. That way your tire stays still for you. I have chocks on the back wheels so it can't roll away. I don't have it jacked up yet. I'm just going to loosen these and then we'll lift the car up and take them off the rest of the way. Okay, I'm gonna lift it up by putting the jack in this divot under the control arm, where I'm confident that the cup won't slide out. Put this under the subframe as a little measure of insurance. Yeah, I think I like that. Here's a little trick that a buddy of mine reminded me of. After you take your tire off, slip it under your frame. Then if the car falls off the jack, at least it won't hit the ground. Alright guys, sorry about the noise. There is my tie rod end. Here's the new one. This one's greasable. First thing you're going to want to do is a side-by-side comparison. Make sure you are not wasting your time with the wrong part. I'm still not going to know for sure until I put it on. This one looks a little bit shorter than the old one, but they're adjustable, and hopefully that will make all the difference. So this looks pretty good. I am confident in proceeding. Next thing you're going to do is crack this jam nut back here loose. If you look back here, there are flat spots ground on the arm coming out of the steering box, and there's a flat spot here. So I'm going to hold this still, loosen this nut, and that'll be it for that. I'll show you when we're ready for the next step. Okay, I decided the first thing I should do would be to put this grease zerk in before I forget. If you don't have the greasable kind, that's fine. So that's ready to go. I was able to crack this loose, and now we've got to go under here to the actual tie rod itself, and there's a cotter pin. I got to get that out of there, and then get that nut off and pop this apart. It may be difficult and require a pickle fork, or it might just pop apart. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, I got the cotter pin out, which should have been much easier, but somebody installed it so that the loop was in between the turrets, I guess you'd call it, on the castle nut, and I couldn't get anything in the loop to pull on it. And when I tried to tap on what was sticking out the other side, it just would bend and smear. So I had to get it perfectly straight, tap on it just right, got it out. I thought I was going to have to drill it. So whoever did this was a jerk. I'm sure it came like that from the factory. Now, I think this has like a Allen to it under here, Allen head, to hold it still while you crack this loose. The new one has a hex to it here, which I prefer. Don't have to worry about that rusting out and rotting off. If it does, you can just grind it and get a smaller wrench on it, as opposed to where if this is rusted out and you strip it, whew, you're in trouble. So let's see if we can get that castle nut cracked loose. Hopefully, here's a catch-22. If it's jammed in there real good, I'll be able to crack this loose without holding it still. But then it's going to be a pain to get this apart, and I'm going to be pounding on it with a pickle fork. If this is loose, this is going to fight me to come off, but then this will come apart easy. Most likely what's going to happen is this will fight me and this will fight me. Let's try. Alright guys, if things look weird, that's because I had to put it in selfie mode so I could see what the camera was seeing. It's laying on the floor with the screen up. So, might look like I'm turning this the wrong way. But it is not left-hand thread, it is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Something else too is if this is fighting you, you can snug it back up and hit this with a wire brush or a whizzer wheel, you know, a wire wheel and a die grinder. Hit it with penetrating oil. Sometimes it makes sense to loosen this, tighten it, loosen it a little bit more, tighten it, loosen it a little bit more, and have it kind of clean the threads as it comes off. Good news is we're not reusing this, so if worst came to absolute worst, I could blowtorch this, I could sawzall it, I could grind it, plasma cutter, whatever. But so far my luck is holding up. Alright, I'm going to give that a tap with a hammer. If that don't work, I'm going to hit it with the pickle fork or an air chisel. Oh. This is the part where I get dirt and rust in my eyes. I should be wearing some goggles. Hey, that wasn't so bad. This one's actually in good shape. It looks pretty new too. I wonder if this has been replaced. We've got over 200,000 on this car. But the other side has some play to it, so I've decided I'm just going to replace them both. They gave me a new jam nut, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that one. All right. Eat. All right. Just gonna reverse the process. I think, yeah, this is 18 millimeter. I think the old one was 17. putting my finger on the bottom of the bolt, so if it spins on me, hopefully I will feel it and not just sit here turning the nut and the bolt. Oh, there goes everything. That's okay. I came prepared, I think. Here we go. Alright. I got a ratchet with a socket on it to hold that still. And I have it turned the wrong way because it also fit the grease zerk. And I used it for that. You know what? I think I'm going to turn this up. There we go. Oof. You get the point, guys. I'm going to snug this up. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. Okay, kiddies, I'm just going to snug this up. Let's use our imaginations and pretend that I'm using a real wrench and not a crescent wrench. I don't appear to have this size. I've got up to 20 millimeter. So this is at least 21 or 22. Okay. That is tighter than it was when I took it off. That concludes this side. Now it's got to repeat the same process on the other side. And that's it, folks. 2 new ball joints installed. It went really fast, very easy. Obviously I have to go take it to get in alignment now. I think that kind of goes without saying. But yeah, I mean, if you're doing this, I would get under here with some penetrating oil, clean these, spray them. Same thing down here. Just start prepping it before you start working so that it'll cooperate when you finally do work. But it's a pretty easy job. Banged it out by myself rather quickly, and I think you could too. Thanks for joining me. Have a good one.